Hello everybody. Today's video we're going to shoot our first Q&A. Person with the best question, I wanted to offer a 5K challenge with my Forex funds just to give back to you guys a little bit. We'll make this a routine thing every time we do a Q&A. So yeah, best question wins, okay? Let's get into it. So question number one was price action or smart money concepts. Now, in my opinion, I'd say both go hand in hand. When it comes to price action, I think you can get by with just trading that. So a lot of smart money has evolved into more price action, but yeah, both go hand in hand in my opinion. There is no smart money without price action. You need to follow market structure and understand liquidity concepts to know which trades are best to take and which ones, are A plus or B minus, like you can rate your trade based on certain confluences that line up. So for that question, I would just say that they both go hand in hand. You can't really just choose one, but I would try to perfect your knowledge in terms of price action before being a super whiz on smart money. That's all. So question number two, what are things you look for before entering a trade and why? So every trader has their own confluences on what they need to see before they get into a trade. Some of mine include typically going through the fundamentals first. So news events, news releases. If I'm trading FX, which is the currency market, I'll go on Forex Factory and look at every country's currency and see what news events are coming out during the week. So that's number one. And then typically I'll use the higher time frame narrative of anything I'm looking at, like the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly. I'll use that as my bias for what direction I should be really trading in, right? If things are lining up on lower time frames with the higher time frames, then it makes my trade even more valid. It makes it more likely, right? Typically, I'll look for inefficient price areas within a range as well. And I'm a reversal trader, so I look for high volume reversal zones typically within ranges. So these are just some of the things I look at before entering a trade, and I do that because it creates the most high probability setups for me. It's funny, I actually met a guy who was a 6 or 7 year Forex trader at a bar one night, totally by accident. And we bumped into each other in the washroom. Next thing I know, I ended up in their booth. We started hanging out. I talked to him the next day, and we ended up on a Zoom call for like 2 hours. It felt like maybe 2 hours. This guy's from the UK. I was just picking his brain a little bit because he's like a really successful Forex trader, and he was telling me like the most important things you need to look for before you get into any trade are the structure, the momentum, risk, confirmation, and your approach. So those are like his 5 pillars. Everyone has different pillars. Hearing it from another person's perspective is always good. I like to soak in how other people view the markets as well. Question number 3, when are you going to be Trini bound? Ah man, listen, I'm definitely coming to Trinidad. It's on the list, and I'm excited to meet you guys. You guys look like you know how to have a fun time, but right now I'm trying to be on my best behavior. I got another kid on the way, so we're just being humble, but listen, when I touch down, the line is going to be crazy. It's going to be a nice turn up time. I have lots of friends there too. A couple old clients. It'd be nice to see everybody for sure. All right, question number 4. How much do you need to start? When you trade with higher leverage on some of these unregulated brokers, you can literally start an account with $50, okay? But the likelihood of you growing that account is very slim, especially as a beginner. So this is like a typical question that a beginner would ask, which is totally fine. It's the same question I had in the beginning as well. I would say that your barrier to entry with trading Forex is a lot lower than anything else. I know to trade stocks, you need like a certain amount of money in your bank account, or to start investing, you need a certain amount of money in your bank account. With Forex, you only need like 50 to $100 to start. That'll let you place like 0.01 lot sizes on various currency pairs. But if you are starting to make some money on demo, number one, I always recommend you trade demo first. Once you start seeing some profits on demo, definitely I recommend loading up maybe like $100 account, something that you don't mind losing, just to get a feel for the psychology of trading live markets, right? So trading demo is a lot different than live. I always preach that. So how much do you need to start? Not a lot. You can start with $100, man. But yeah, like I said, just try and prove some profitability on demo with your strategy and then move on from there. Question number 5, worst trade ever. Ooh, I feel like every trader has like, 1 or 2 trades that they remember vividly because of the circumstances they were in or the number that they saw on their screen disappear. For me personally, my worst trade ever was on NAS 100. I'll never forget this one, man. I had just secured my first funded account, and passed, the evaluation. I passed the verification, and I was on day one of trading live funds. And for some reason, I went from an intraday 15-minute, 1 hour sort of trading style to checking Nas out New York Open on the 1 minute, which is crazy. Why did I do that? I don't know why. I was so eager to make some money on that account, but yeah, you guys can imagine what happened. New York Open on Nas 100 on the 1 minute. My account slipped up. I hit that 5% daily loss rule very quick. Yeah, I'll never forget, man. I was trying to sell Nas 100 at the 9:30 open, and it just shot right up. All my positions got slipped. So yeah, I breached the max daily loss on that funded account. It was gone, and I haven't really touched one since, honestly. I've been just trading mostly personal funds, and that's what's been working for me. It works on my psychology well. But yeah, Nas 100 hurt my feelings. Question number 6, do you still work a job? Answer, yes. Let me tell you, one thing as a trader, everybody's dream in the beginning is to go full-time. That's not a bad goal to have. I'm just saying, as a trader, having multiple sources of income is absolutely huge on your psychology. So when you trade week to week and you have an expectation to make X amount to pay bills, it can mess around with your decision making throughout the week. You can start trading from a place of needing to get the money instead of knowing that there's an abundance of setups out there and that you don't need to capitalize week to week, right? Any good trader will tell you that having multiple sources of income is important. So no, I have not quit my job. I still work for myself. For those of you that don't know, I am a barber full-time. I've been cutting hair the past 5-6 years. If you haven't seen the podcast yet with Trading LP, we go into a little more in depth about me, but yeah, I cut hair. I have been for the past 5-6 years. I love it. It's something I'm passionate about, something that I grinded to get to where I am now in terms of my skills and the amount of clients that I have. But slowly it's starting to become like my side hustle. I think every trader should have, various forms of income just to keep their portfolio safe, just to keep constant money coming into it. So I work from home. I work out of my basement, and I have like a whole booking system for it, so people aren't just showing up to my house randomly. But yeah, I still work a job. It's my secure income, you could say. The freedom of working for yourself is you can just book time off whenever, travel whenever you want, just give your clients a heads up. So do I consider it a job? Not really. Some might say it is, but for me, it's not work. I'm hanging out with my clients. We're watching podcasts, talking, it's just a vibe. I love it. I love having the dynamic of trading on the side, barbering on the side, my own brand on the side, teaching, right? This is basically all I ever wanted. I'm pretty happy. So question number 7, would you recommend trading with a group or alone? It's a good question. So I'd say in the beginning of your journey, when you're just learning a strategy, most courses, most mentorships come with the group aspect attached to the course or whatever they're teaching, right? So when you're just new and learning and you have no idea how the strategy works, I definitely recommend being in a group, asking a lot of questions, remove your ego, right? Don't feel the need to be right. Don't debate with people in groups about what you see on the charts versus what they see on the charts. Honestly, just soak in what you're learning, ask a lot of questions, remove your ego, totally fine. However, once you start understanding the strategy that you gravitate towards and you start implementing it, seeing results on forward testing and back testing, I definitely recommend taking some time away from the group, whether that requires you to mute the channel, mute the group chats just for like a week or whenever you're trading. It doesn't matter. To see progress in the strategy that you learned, you're gonna need to graduate from being in the group constantly and asking questions to trading on your own and not letting outside influences affect your analysis. So I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this where you're in a dope group, awesome signals, and your analysis goes against somebody else's analysis in the group, and it throws you off a little bit. And you end up closing the trade early, and then end of the day hits and you notice that the whole trade ran in profit, right? That's the most frustrating thing. I feel like it hurts more than taking a loss. Same thing with missing trades. So when you understand a strategy, you're trying to refine your psychology, 100% recommend being alone. If you're brand new, 100% recommend being in a group, right? So it's going to be up to you to make the decision when you are ready to graduate. For me, I spent the first 2 years of my trading in groups, asking questions, learning. Once I started seeing some profitability, I kind of stepped away, stopped posting my markups in the group, just trying to grow my own personal account on my own. And I feel like every trader goes through it. It's just the stages, right? So Dope question though, I like that one. Okay guys, this wraps up the Q&A. We're only doing 7 questions today. If some of you found value in this video, please drop a sub, drop a comment, drop a like. Would help out my channel a lot. I'd really appreciate that. If any of you are looking for some free resources, I also have a free ebook that you can download in my link tree. You can take a look. There's also a free Telegram community where we're still posting chart markups, analysis. You can call them signals. They're not to the T like a paid signal service, but you know, I do share the trades that I take, and that's gonna be for a limited time. Until we reach around 100 members, I'm gonna continue to do so. We also have a course as well and a mentorship in a Discord community. You can check the link in the description, okay? Thank you very much, guys. Happy trading.